What's up, fans? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a quick gaming review, and finally today, I get to cover Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater for the PS5 coming up right now, and I hope you guys enjoy the show. Alright guys, quiet on set. Scene 1, take 1. Action. Boom! Now, if you guys like this video, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you share it with your friends, and also hit that bell for notifications because, well, it does help the channel a lot. And if you're new here, welcome, sit down, relax, and enjoy the show. Well, you know what? Why not, real quick, just show off a little bit of the unboxing before we get on to the review. So I got of course, the Day 1 Tactical Edition, and I missed out on the Collector's Edition, but then again, whatever. Just to find out that they sold out real quick. And also, not just that, scalpers, and also apparently the game's not in it. So what's the point on getting that? Here's the inside artwork, the disc, and the code. I already redeemed this, so it's pretty neat. And it's nice, warning, and nice, some decent, inside artwork. So yeah, this is basically just a quick package here. So now I'll get on to the reviews here. So this is played on the PS5 Pro, and I believe I finally got a chance to beat it the other day because, I got some stuff in and all that stuff. And yeah, no, I think version 1.3, if I'm not mistaken, that was the newer version of it. And basically, all I gotta say is that I overall, as a Metal Gear Solid fan, overall enjoy this game. But I wish there was a little bit more to be desired. At the end of the day, there are some. It's just mostly performance issues, really, mostly on the console version. I did experience a lot of frame rate drops here and there, where I kind of felt the frames dropped at 24 to 20 frames per second in some of the cutscenes, and in the gameplay, which kind of threw me off in some of my rhythms and all that stuff, especially playing the boss fights, especially when I was facing the fear. But overall, guys, aside from my performance issues, but then again, I got better over time. This is from my experience, I didn't experience performance issues as much, but then again, I did but when I did, yeah. So, yeah. But overall, guys, if you don't know the story of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, just Metal Gear Delta, or just Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, basically is the story of Naked Snake, aka John Doe, aka Big Boss. So yeah, the big bad guy from the Metal Gear Solid franchise that Solid Snake killed a couple of times. This is his origin story. This is where the whole true chronological order story begins. Basically, after the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War. It's like that. Basically, this is the Cold War, and you're Naked Snake on his virtuous mission, saving Sokolov until he finds out that his mentor, the boss, betrays him. And well, the second one, Operation Snake Eater, he has to go back and try to get Sokolov again. And while at the same time, he has to eliminate his mentor, the boss. While at the same time, they're at the rage and fury of Colonel Volgin. Oh my god, badass. And he also gets the help from Eva. And I'm not gonna spoil it much, but yeah, and also a young Ocelot is here. So that was my plot story, and also yeah, not much spoilers here and there. This is a remake. Yeah, I would say remake. Some people say remaster. In my opinion, I think it's a remake. This is a remake of the classic PS2 game that I played. That Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater was my introduction to Metal Gear Solid, and I gotta say this. I overall still enjoy this remake. As someone who is still fun and even plays the original game via the Master Collection, this game, I gotta say, it's not a huge difference, I gotta say though. I like that they implemented some of the Metal Gear Solid 5 mechanics, basically when he's crouching, which really helped me a lot throughout the playing the game, especially during the scene where you're gonna face the end or face the Ocelot unit, depends on how you play the game early in the game. When you're sneaking away with camouflage and all that stuff, it is really nice. And speaking of camouflage, and also the codec, and also just switching things around and quick heals, I overall enjoyed it, but mostly I kind of went old school by touching the touchpad on my controller and just going old school with that, really. I mostly use the quick buttons just to, save the game and all that stuff, and it does have autosave feature, which I really appreciate. But overall, guys, I really do enjoy the new features, crossing, and also there's crosshair marks, which is cool, finally, so I can have an accurate aim at people, so I don't have to really look down the sight, so I don't have to squint and look in, just really lean forward to the game to know if my shot is accurate, to get some quick headshots when I tranquilize people or lethally kill them. But yeah, guys, I did enjoy an improvement in the gameplay, and I actually I welcome the new gameplay. And I really, again, the boss fights are awesome. They're just as immersive as I remember them when I was a little kid. And yeah, the graphics, I fucking love the graphics. The character models are great here. Everybody from Snake, Eva, the boss, the bot, the Cobra unit. Vogan looks so cool. Ocelot looks great. And even some of the pictures, they even like did the new codec calls. They got new pictures, new rendered pictures with Major Zero, Paramedic, Sigint, and everybody else, which is really nice. It's basically a new coat of paint with the same game I used to play as a kid. But then again, that also lies another issue that I have with the game, is that at the end of the day, it's still not an issue. It's more like another nitpick I have with the game, is that it's still in a way the same PS2 game as I remembered. I mean, no, not a lot of fluff and all that stuff that I would have liked. But then again, in my opinion, actually no, I will take it back. I think it's a positive, because this was meant to be a straight up remake. They made it clear about it, and if they changed too much, I would have been complaining, and some fans would be complaining. But if they played it way too safe, which they kind of did play it safe. They pretty much played it safe here. I would have also complained, and many other people complained. So I think they kind of struck a middle ground here, playing it safe but also adding new things. You know what? They're pretty nice. As much as I said they implemented the MGS5 mechanics and all that stuff, you don't get the slow-mo when you get caught. This is still Big Boss when he was young. This is not Metal Gear Solid 5 when he's a more experienced soldier, the legendary soldier everybody says after the events of Peace Walker, or like everything slows down like in Ground Zeroes, or if when you played as Venom Snake in Phantom Pain. But overall, it's an amazing just new way to play the game, which is really nice. But at the end of the day though, it's still no fluffs and thrills, no extra thrills. It's still the exact same PS2 game you would play. It's still at the end of the day the core PS2 game. You know what? I'm glad they're very faithful to it. And not to say this is very bare bones. Excuse me here. They brought back a lot of stuff, and like you could do extra stuff. I appreciate the new Game Plus, but basically when I would really play the game, I would just hit load game, and you could change the questionnaire and change the difficulty however you want. But I'm glad they included New Game Plus to make it just more streamlined, if that makes any sense. And also they brought back Snake vs. Monkey. It's fun, it's cute, adorable, and yeah, this is I didn't play it a lot as a kid, but replaying it now as an adult, I can tell that this is not Naked Snake you're playing. This is Solid Snake, but just, of course, you know, you're playing at the time you're playing with the skin of his father, well, his clone father. And here, no, it's basically, you get Colonel Campbell here, and they brought back those lines and all that stuff, which is amazing. And speaking of lines, it's the same exact lines, but they re-recorded a couple things to make it more for the modern age. And also, they re-recorded the theme song. They brought back Cynthia Harrell again to do the amazing Snake Eater theme song, and she sounds just as good as she did before. She's just an amazing person. She's awesome. She was great in this performance, and it's awesome. I love it so much. And they also they brought back that demo that was since then taken out from not just the Master Collection, but the HD Collection. And I don't know about Subsistence, but basically, after you get tortured by the Colonel, you save the game from there. Once you turn the game off from there and you turn it back on, you get to play this demo that I believe it was a Konami game that got canceled, which I believe Kojima was either promoting or he was developing, but it got canceled as far as I remember. Here they brought it back and they remade it, and it's kind of a nice what could have been. And it's longer. In the original version, it was so short. You get like a minute to play as far as I remember, but here you get extra. It's kind of like you gotta do more to do this, and I love it. I freaking love it so much. I'm glad they brought it back. And also it's a separate game mode, which I love it. After you beat the game, I love it. It's Guy Savage, I think that's his name, and you also get as a skin, which is really appreciated. And also, speaking of extras, I love the new skin, especially the crocodile skin. You get immediately right there. I know that in the beginning you had to explore a bit in the jungle to get it, but I like that you just get it as a, well, you know, kind of a downloadable content, since I got the tactical edition. But I really appreciate that a lot. So overall, guys, I really welcome the new gameplay. The new graphics are fine, and yeah, despite my complaint, if I do have any complaints, it's still in a way plays it safe. You know, it doesn't get any extra fluff or thrills. But then again, I'm not saying it's a bare bones release. This is a fun, straightforward remake, and it's a faithful one. And you may not like that. You know, I understand the people that wanted more. I kind of did want more, just a bit more from this game. But then again, overall, I still love this game. I think the more I think about it, the more over time, the more I play more of the extra content that's on it, the more I play it, the more I'm just gonna say this is one of the best remakes out there. But then again, what is halting it back for me though? It is the performance issues as of right now. Again, they were not. The game did not crash. I did not experience anything major like that. But I did notice some frame rate drops here and there, and some of the graphics looked a bit blurry. And I play it on the PS5 Pro. I did play it on the PS5 Pro, which has performance, and and graphics, I forgot what it's called. They got these two modes combined together, and it looks fine. It looks fine graphic wise, but I wish this was at least like a 2K upscale, like a 4K upscaled game, like a proper one, rather than like a 720p or a 1080p upscale, which is insane. But it still looks nice. The graphics and gameplay and the frame rates, when they're so smooth, they're really freaking nice. Okay, there's also another complaint that I have. This is just me though. Hopefully you guys can let me know down in the comment sections below. So they changed the crouching button, and I remember like holding the X button. That's when you get fully up, when Snake gets up. But here you gotta press circle multiple times for him to get up. Especially when I'm fighting Volgan, when he gets a chance to knock me down and he's throwing lightning bullets at me. I'm like, it throws me off a bit. And some of the new gameplay mechanics like that they added, you could also switch it to the old school mechanics too, which I greatly appreciated. But there's some moments where when I find the Shadow Hot and I'm trying really hard to get a good aim at the weak point, and it just throws me off with that. But yeah, some of the gameplays, the kind of newer gameplay kind of got in the way for me. But then again, the more I get used to it, the more I look over that. And of course, performance issues and graphical stuff. But I love it, and I appreciate that Konami are on their way really fast, or at least bit untimely manner, to fix those issues. And overall, guys, I keep saying overall, but guys, I'm one of those people that really enjoy this game. I would love to give it a 10 out of 10, but then again, I do have my personal issues with the game, and of course, performance issues. So with that, I would give it a nice, you know what, for now, I'll give it a nice solid 7 out of 10. Not a big 8 or 10 out of 10 out of like those bullshit video game reviewers, no. I'm giving you guys my honest review here, and I gotta give this at least a nice solid 7 out of 10. I still recommend this remake if you can get it, especially if you can get it on sale. Also, yeah, 70 bucks. Yeah, yes. I'm kind of glad. I'm actually kind of glad right now I'm giving it 7 out of 10. Wait for a sale for this one, guys. So yeah, guys. So that was my review for Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thank you guys so much for watching my video. So let me know down in the comment section down below. Do you guys have this game on any platform? Which you guys think of it? I would love to know. Please let me know down in the comment section down below. I would love to hear your opinions on it. So this is Hobby from JAVIWOOD Productions signing off, and I hope you guys enjoyed this show. And that's a wrap.